All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for the last time for Social 212. Professor Barry here. And yeah, look forward to reading your write-up for the final exam. Once again, thanks for all of your amazing dedication. I wish you well. If I can be of any assistance in the future, if you come across material you think might be valuable for the class, please feel free to drop me an email, stop by the office. That would be super awesome. And I don't take it for granted that this class requires a lot of dedication for reviewing content and the write-ups. So I really appreciate the work you've put into the class. And, hopefully the byproduct of that work and dedication is a more in-depth understanding and of race, class, gender, sexual identity, gender identity, and understanding of this sort of the complexities of privilege domination and structured inequality within society. The only way we're going to get closer to sort of democratic ideals is to understand and to investigate. So this is part of that process. All right, so for the final exam, there's a couple different components. For the final exam, this document is out there in the module, but I'm just kind of walk through a couple different aspects of it. Here's the general requirements, right? There's no late work accepted. There's a due date. It's listed in the module. I will grade papers probably as they come in. There is a due date and a time. If something came in after that, I may not be able to get to it just because I may have already filed, turned in grades. So it has to be in on, the date and time. If something unusual were to happen to come up, make sure you drop me an email and let me know. Otherwise, there'll be a zero for the final exam, and that'll be that part of it. All right, so the final, there's two different components to it. The first one is an assessment survey. This is different than a student evaluation. So there's the general student evaluation that all students are provided, or all students complete or are recommended they complete. And then we have these through the COCC doing these assessment surveys to assess the accomplishment or work towards the accomplishment of the course objectives. And this is coming out of a different area of the college. This is required for certain courses. This is being one of them. Any course that's on what we call the distribution list has to be assessed. And it's important, it's valuable, provides us with some very important information. It's anonymous. And it's really an opportunity not to look at from an instructional level or necessarily your involvement level, but structure of class and things like this, and accomplishment of course objectives and goals. So the survey, it shouldn't take any more than 5 minutes. It's a pretty short thing, drop down menu kind of ideas. It's going to ask you for the course number, the CRN. Here it's listed here. And open up the document in week 10 folder for the final exam. Click on it, and this will take you right to the survey. And make sure you make a snapshot or a screenshot of the survey and submit that, or to include that in your Word document that you submit with the final exam. Has to be included for me to grade your final exam. So thanks in advance for doing that. Super helpful. And then for the final exam itself is take any social issue, something we've covered in class, something outside the class. Doesn't matter what the issue is or the social issue, as long as it's addressing race, class, gender identity, sexual orientation. It can be something past, present, something from the United States, something from a different place. Address that issue or examine that issue through the lens of the matrix of domination. So, look at basically go back and review the matrix of domination, the model, be able to ready to talk about how does that model help us to understand that particular that social issue, that social concern. And in that application, give a general overview of the matrix of domination model and its different components. And my suggestion would be start off with here's the matrix of domination, here's the components. And then in separate paragraphs address those different components. Things like the structural realm, the interpersonal realm, the hegemonic realm, um, those different dimensions that we walk through in class, and bring in intersectionality, empiricism versus rationalism. And I already mentioned three of the four realms, but incorporate the four realms. Yeah, so it's just an application exercise, right? If you're stuck on what topic to do, you can choose anything from the class. I mean, anything that we've covered so far in the term redlining, um, you know, ideas of biological ideas about sexuality and gender and race versus social construction. And if there's other topic areas you want to address, you could look at within inequities within healthcare, within education, within law enforcement, within the criminal justice system. You could look at it in a lot of different ways, right? So if you do get stuck though on the social issue, let me know, send me an email, and I can help guide you and help you out. All right, best wishes. And now I'll provide video feedback for on your final exam. So you'll see me one more time. And I wish you well for your finals for this class and your other classes, and have a great day.